Hi guys, welcome back to the World Class Happiness channel. I say welcome back because I haven't actually made a video like this for a little while. Sat in my car talking. I have made a number of videos, anti-bullying videos and stuff like that for my Instagram, where you may have seen me talking in my car, but I haven't made one for the channel for a little while talking about happiness. The last video I put on here was fairly recently, but that was the David Goggins challenge, which is a running challenge, seeing me do a 48-hour challenge, and that was super tough. So if you fancy going and having a look at that, if you haven't seen that one already, give that one a look, because that's quite interesting. So we're back on the subject of happiness, but is happiness a popular subject? That's an interesting question, really. That's something that myself and a friend of mine were discussing the other day, and really the conclusion that we come to is that happiness isn't a popular subject. But why isn't it a popular subject? You know, that's what we all want. That's what every single person wants. That is realistically, it's the number one thing on everyone's list. You know, people might say different. People might say, I want to have a good relationship, or they might say, I want £1 million in the bank, or 10 million pound in the bank, or something like that. Or it could be, I want good health. But really all they're saying is, I want to be happy, because all those things, good health, good relationship, money in the bank, they all make you happy, or they're supposedly meant to make you happy. So so really that's all that we actually really want. We all just want to be happy at the end of the day. So why is happiness, videos like this for example, why is it, you know, probably a bit of an unpopular video? Why are people who are happy unpopular in general? Now you might argue that and say that that's not the case, but I would, because, you know, I would say a book like mine, World Class Happiness, which kind of teaches you ways to be happy and stuff like that, is probably nowhere near as popular as, let's say like a controversial book, where there's kind of, you know, a bit of where there's ranting involved and stuff like that, and there's you know, they're questioning certain things and you know, having a go at certain people. Same on social media, people who like to rant, people who like to cause issues or whatever, tend to get a lot more response to their posts than people who post positive things. You think about the news. The news is all negative. It's all bad news. And why is that? Because it sells. It sells. Let's say it's probably more interesting than just positive things all the time. But we all want to be happy. So why is that not more popular? Now, I think that happiness is not overly popular because people don't think that it's real. People think it's fake. People don't think, you know, people think maybe people like me are unauthentic. You know, they're not real. They're kind of pretending that they're happy and stuff like that. And I can tell you 100% that's not the case. I am 100% happy. Now, that's not me telling you that everything in my life is 100% perfect. That's completely different. The reason I'm 100% happy is because I understand that life is not meant to be perfect. Everything in my life is not perfect, and that kind of gives me more ways to progress, more ways to improve, more ways to try and make things better for myself. And it is actually progression, which is one of the keys to happiness, one of the things that makes us the most happy, when we're progressing from this place to that place, and, you know, when we're improving and we're growing and stuff like that. That is one of the fundamental things that makes us actually really happy, when we're progressing and we're getting somewhere. You know, life's a journey. As corny as that sounds, life is a journey, and you know, let's imagine that we were all in a position, all of us, where we are in a, I was going to say 100% happy, but I'm not 100% happy, but we're all in a perfect place. We've all got the perfect relationship. We've all got perfect health, we've all got the right amount of money in the bank for us, what we're happy with, everything's perfect. And imagine that we all kind of know that that's not going to change. Our whole life is going to be perfect, and that's always going to be the case. Life then is quite boring. What have we got to chase? What have we got to work for? What have we got to look forward to, in a way? Because we've got the best of everything at that point. There's nothing better than that. So knowing that life is a roller coaster, knowing that you have ups and downs, and knowing that everything is not going to be 100% perfect all the time, is actually one of the things that makes me happy. Because it quite often takes the bad, the unhappy times, or the less kind of the times where things are maybe going wrong, where things aren't all just clicking into place. It's those struggles and those times that actually help you grow and help you learn things and help you correct mistakes and stuff like that. And they're the things that really, that's the progression I'm talking about, and that's the self-improvement that at the end of the day is what helps us to be happy. So I am 100% happy. I wrote the book about world-class happiness. That doesn't mean that I'm a fake person. It doesn't mean I'm an inauthentic person. I'm not telling the truth. I am telling the truth. I'm telling the truth because I'm telling you, my life isn't always perfect. I haven't got the exact amount of money in the bank that would make me totally comfortable. I do have arguments with my wife. The kids aren't always doing exactly what they need to do all the time. That's not to say that the majority of the time myself and my wife are not super happy, and we really enjoy our time together. That's not saying that our kids do have lots of good times where they're behaving exactly as you want them to. They're getting on and trying hard and achieving goals and stuff like that, and they're progressing and making you proud as a parent. They do that majority of the time, but not always, and I have, as you've probably found from reading my book or maybe listening or watching some of these other videos, previous videos on this channel, I haven't always been in perfect health. But I can honestly tell you that it's the struggles that I've had with my health which has actually really made me grow more than anything else as a human being, and that's those struggles which have helped me most, and that's those things that I wouldn't, if I could go back and change it and go back and swap those times. That was absolute nightmare when I was going through it, but I wouldn't change that time, because that was one of the things that taught me things and made me appreciate what I had, and made me kind of accept really that things are not always perfect, and we are not always just going to have things go right all the time, and and then it also makes you realize, say for example, if you're in hospital and you're seeing other people in pain and other people having struggles as well, you can kind of appreciate that there's other people who are maybe going through worse things than you. There's people in other countries at the moment, Ukraine for example, who are going through worse situations than what you're probably ever going to go through. And because of that, because of the world not being perfect, because of my life not being perfect, that's what makes me happy. Because I honestly don't think I would be happy if everything was perfect. I don't think I'd be happy if I had as much money as I needed in the bank. I don't think I would be happy if my health was perfect all the time, or I never argued with my wife, or my kids were always perfect all the time. I don't think I'd be happy as much as you'd think. I really believe that, because there'd be no growth, there'd be no learning lessons. It would be boring, I suppose, is the best word to sum that up. So all I'm saying is don't try and chase things that maybe is a fantasy world. You know, we see people's social media and we look at all the things, we're looking at the good parts of their life. Then, you know, a lot of people don't post the bad parts, and we're just seeing certain people and we get jealous or we get envious, or we look at them and think, oh, you know, they've got the perfect life, they've got the perfect relationship, they're going on all these lovely holidays, their kids never mess about, you know, they're always, everything's perfect, they're good looking, you know, like they never have any issues, never have any problems, everything just seems to be happy and lucky for them. And we forget that they're just like us. They have problems just like us. Things go wrong for them just the same as they do for us. They have issues in ways that maybe we find easy. That's another thing to remember. We're all different. We can all learn from people for different reasons. So that's today's message. Appreciate what you got. Don't take for granted what you've got. But at the same time, don't get too upset about the rough patches, because that's how it's meant to be. That's the thing that was one of the things that actually made me the most happy, when I realized that things aren't meant to be perfect. Nothing's meant to be perfect. And that is when you're no longer chasing perfection, that's when you can accept that, you know, you can make the choice at that point. No matter where you are, no matter what situation you're in, you can make the choice to be happy. And we can all do that. Doesn't matter who you are, doesn't matter, you know, how old you are, how much money you have, whether you're in a relationship or not, you can make the decision to be happy, despite the situation. And you can turn things around, your situations that were not so great or not so happy, you can put positive meanings to those situations and make those situations better, and improve and build and progress. And that's the key to happiness. Okay, I will see you on another video. Have a good day. Nice day today, so hopefully you're maybe out enjoying it at the moment, and you'll catch up with this video later, and I'll see you on the next one. Please subscribe.